Hey everybody, we're back again to discuss Conquest. This time we're going to be talking about Sector 3. So the feats for Sector 3 are attempt to inflict stun 100 times, gain stealth 40 times, gain frenzy 20 times, defeat 40 units with Old Republic units, attempt to inflict evasion down 40 times, and win 14 battles with full Empire. Our mini-bosses are Bo-Katan Mandalorians, which require us to win with a full squad of light side, a full squad of dark side, and an undersized squad. And our end boss is Darth Sidious with Sith, which is going to require us to remove at least 700% turn meter, win without using more than 6 specials, win with Mace Windu in the team, and win without using any Jedis. So a good team to work on stunning tactics, shadowy dealings for the stealth, and clumsy for the evasion down is the very powerful CLS team. You have stun on CLS's basic versus people with defense down. You have stun on Han's pre-turn plus his special 1. You have Chewbacca's special 2 for stun, and R2-D2's basic for stun. R2-D2 also, his special 1 will apply stealth to 4 members of the team, and 3PO and Chewie's basic will inflict evasion down. So these can work on all of these feats very easily. I wouldn't recommend starting with this team for 2 reasons. One is that they probably have low stamina from Sector 2 and how you had to use the team there. And 2, because I think you want to start this sector with Empire first, but we'll come to that. So for Relentless Fury, we have 2 main options. One is to use a bounty hunter team, and as the 5th, we're going to use Biston. Our strategy here would be to try and get Bosk and Biston to both use their frenzy ability twice per battle, so we can rattle this off in five nodes. The other option is there is a consumable which grants frenzy to every member of the team for 2 turns, and it lasts for 2 battles. I think it's actually quite low cost. You can buy it for Conquest currency, and I'm pretty sure it was very cheap, though I would need to double check that. But this essentially allows you to get this feat done without having to do any extra nodes, because you can bolt it into your CLS team, your Empire team, your Old Republic team, whatever, and get the benefit out of it that way. So this is actually a very good option if the consumable is as cheap as I believe it is. Then we need to do our Old Republic feat, which is get kills with Old Republic tunes. There's 2 ways to approach this. One is to just use a Jedi Knight Revan lead team with people that are going to feed attacks to Revan or that can do damage themselves. So Bastila, Mission, pretty good for dealing damage themselves. C-3PO, good for calling Revan to assist, plus his uniques have a lot of incidental stats. Mission C-3PO also have stealth, which helps with your other feats, etc. The other way of approaching this is just building the Sector 1 team. If you watch that video where you just use a powerful leader like Jedi Master Luke, then 3 supports like Hermit Yoda, C-3PO, Wat Tambor, and then Jedi Knight Revan. You just put all the buffs and all of the assists onto Revan and he'll get the kills eventually. This is likely to take us 8 battles. It's possible it'll take us less depending on what teams we face, but I think you should plan for this to be 8 fights. Now, All Empire. This is the team that you should start this sector with. This team is super powerful. Palpatine, fantastic leader. Once you get going, you just don't stop. Gideon, very, very fast character. He's going to let you get ahead of the game. He's going to remove all of that turn meter from your opponents without taking it from your own Vader, so your Vader can still get going ahead of them as well. Piet has a good control abilities between an AoE daze and ticks up a little bit of the stealth requirements for the feats in this sector by having it's only one stealth, but still that's going to be 14 minimum stealths you're going to apply with Piet. So that helps to double dip on feats. Palpatine has an AoE stun. If he gets to use that once per fight, that's 70 stuns without factoring in anything else in this team if he just uses it once. Thrawn, if he basics anyone that's ability blocked, he's going to stun them. That also helps towards that feat. Plus Thrawn, insane control, insane ability to feed your Vader or your Gideon or your Piet if you need them. Just a great team. Should be good for grinding through this sector. For the mini-boss, so we have Bo-Katan Mandalorians. They are a joke. Like, they're actually pretty powerful, but the CLS team should be able to walk through this, as should the Palpatine Empire team. As long as you're going first with Gideon, shouldn't be a problem. If you want to undersize this, I would recommend waiting until you have high stamina on your team, but your Empire team with Palpatine, Vader, and then likely Thrawn Gideon or Gideon Piet, but it could be any two of these three. If you don't use Gideon, I'd recommend trying to get your Piet as fast as humanly possible just to get ahead of the game. For the boss, we have Darth Sidious Sith. I think a lot of people are going to consider skipping hindered movement. It's so annoying when you do this fight and you just see nothing. You don't know if you're anywhere near the 700% turn meter. You don't know if you failed it by 2% or if you failed it by 200%. But if you want to give this one a go, and I think you should give it a go, I think your best bet is to use Jedi Knight Luke lead with Old Ben, Jedi Master Luke, Thrawn, and Gideon. Your Jedi Master Luke is going to start the fight, use the leadership ability from Jedi Knight Luke. Jedi Knight Luke is going to then absolutely ravage their speed and stun everyone. Also double dips for the stun feat. Ben, he's then going to rewind the turn meter. Gideon, he's also going to rewind the turn meter. And Thrawn, he's just going to feed whoever you want to be able to rewind turn meter as well. So this, if a team's going to get this done, it's going to be this, or potentially something like a Jedi training Rey control team. That's also has a good shot at getting this done, but I think this is your best bet. If you want to do the no Jedi and few abilities feats, you should be able to get these both done with one team. You've either got SLKR, just get SLKR to stun, slash. Like he'll get there eventually. Shouldn't be a problem at all. Or CLS, though you would want to use C3PO in your 5th slot, just because he adds a lot of damage from the rebels using a basic and applying exposed. You can work through this pretty easily, I think. And if you want to do the under arrest feat, Jedi Master Kenobi is going to be your best bet. But really, any powerful Jedi team that has 4 strong units and can just carry a Mace Windu in the 5th slot would work. So Jedi Master Luke, Jedi Knight Luke, even Revan, maybe with gas or something like that. Yeah, you know, all of those things, they could do the work here for you. So if we look at the Sector 3 breakdown, we have to spend 14 battles on our Empire team. And we likely have to spend 5 battles on our Clumsy feat, which is the apply evasion down with Chupio. The other feats here, Stunning Tactics and Shadowy Dealings, they're just going to be knocked off by doing the Clumsy feat and the All Empire feat. And partially the All Old Republic feat if we're taking a character who will stealth, such as C3PO or Mission. Relentless Fury is either going to take us 0 fights if we use the consumable, or 5 fights if we take boss. I guess there is an argument you could drop Chewbacca from the Rebel team and try to take Biston or Bosk to get a bit more into the frenzy stuff at the same time, but that could go wrong and could cost you a bit. We should be able to complete the Fight for the Light and the Touch of Darkness while doing the CLS team and the Empire team. We're going to have to spend 1 on the calculated risk, unfortunately. Hindered movement, you are under arrest, are both going to take us 1 each, and we should be able to do simple tricks and End of the Jedi. Sorry, I've said, yeah, we should be able to do simple tricks and End of the Jedi together. So this is going to put us somewhere in the ballpark of 36, between 24 and 36 battles. I think this consumable for Biston here is really appealing, because that, like, knocking 5 off, so bringing this to 19 to 31, this makes this sector look much more appealing. So our strategy would be that by now we should really have a data disk strategy in mind. We might not have all the discs we want, so we might want to be equipping some supplementary discs that we later spend 7 energy per disc to remove, but we should have a core strategy online, whether that's hard into leaders resolve, hard into the attacking out of turn, mastery, healing, offense stuff. Whatever our strategy is, we should have it nailed down by now. We should slowly progress through this sector with the teams we've discussed above. We should complete the boss feats with the teams we've discussed above. Once we're low on stamina with any team, and you start feeling like this team's not quite there anymore, we can feel free, because our data disk strategy should be online, or at least, quite powerful at this point, or nearly there. We should be able to go back to sector 1 and 2 and start working on the grindier feats there to get those done. And as always, ignore the murder jowers. They are horrific. So hopefully you found this Sector 3 breakdown helpful. If you did, please give it a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out. It really helps for the analytics. It really helps get the message out to other people. If you know anyone who would benefit from these videos, maybe your guild, your alliance, or your shards, or just friends, feel free to link it with them. You can also join my Discord server, where we're going to be discussing Conquest in more detail, but we also discussed TW, GA, Arena, Fleet, all the counters to all the teams, and modding advice, all the stuff like this, so to build a good knowledge bank for anyone there and really help them out with the game. Also, if you're interested in live streaming, I'm going to be live streaming more on Twitch, so you can check me out there if that interests you, or if you want to have a live one-to-one discussion there. I'll be around. The links to my Twitch and Discord will both be in the description for the video. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and hopefully we'll see you next time for Sector 4. Thanks very much. Goodbye.